Here we go. All right, guys, welcome to the Team Plant Strong call. I am super excited to be hosting tonight, and I'm super excited for you guys going into the holiday season. I'm just praying y'all have an awesome Merry Christmas with your family and friends and a new year. So for those of you that don't know, we won't have a team call for the next 2 Mondays. And so tonight, this is just our opportunity to help you kind of check in with your business and what it's going to look like for the next 2 weeks, really just putting together a checklist of how you can set yourself up for success. So if you're not ready to take notes, I suggest you to grab a pen and some paper because it'll be a good time to take some notes. So I'm going to kick us off with just starting with some checklist items. So first things first, I really encourage you guys, with this being holiday week going into Christmas, to check your customer alerts on your virtual office so that you don't miss any outgoing customer shipments that are going to happen, right after Christmas. So the 26th, 27th, or if you have customers that typically go out like the 24th or 25th, obviously they're not going to, so you want to check in before then because their shipments are going to go out the day afterwards. So they'll go out the 26th. So just making sure that you're checking in with your customers. It's a time of year that really, I would say it's the most important time that our customers are staying on their health game, because I know for me, going through the holidays, Juice Plus is my bread and butter. It's my survival mode, but I really try to make it a point to share with my customers that I know the value of not getting sick this time of year is most important to them, and just want to make sure that they're not having, any lapse of taking their Juice Plus. And so I ask if they've been consistent, and then once they confirm that they have, then I just confirm with the follow-up that they're ready for their shipment to go out, right after Christmas. So they're just prepared for that, especially guys with people, a lot of people living to budgets during the Christmas time. We want to be conscious that they're not getting a shipment and a payment that they may not be ready for. So we want to make sure that we're taking the time this week to really reach out to our people, and I encourage phone calls as well. Second on your checklist, I really encourage you guys to figure out who your follow-ups are right now. From last week or the week before, especially with Elf Fitness going down, we had an awesome prenatal and Omegas event. You might still be playing catch up for those. And so again, going into Christmas, people are just going to check out. They're going to check out from probably, honestly, this Friday or Saturday through the middle of next week and even into the new year. And so taking the time this week to really catch them before then. And at the very least, they may not be ready for a conversation, but you're really just checking in with them to see if they're ready to touch base maybe after Christmas or next week. And so you just want to kind of confirm whether you want to have a conversation with them now before Christmas for the holidays or after, and then getting that confirmation from them during that time. So this is a lot of the Go Pro verbiage that we really try to preach, and that's just all about confirming and getting permission to touch base and follow up. So remember, the one thing I want to encourage you guys, that it's at the end of the day, it's not about us, it's about them. And so we want to put their needs first. And if they need some more time to really figure it out with their family, that's why we want to check in with them this week, is that they may need more time. And so we want to focus on their needs. And so if we check in with them this week, we can really take care of them going forward. And so that being said, who are your follow-up conversations? So kind of list, or number 3 on your list, who are your follow-up for your conversations? Are they people that you want to invite to the Shred 10 for the new year? So if you're not sure about the Shred 10 dates, the Shred 10 dates are January 2nd and January 15th. Okay, so what it's going to look like is we have 3 different Shred events coming up. We have one actually this Wednesday, the 20th. So what a great time if you're following up tonight and tomorrow with people and they're ready to make a commitment and get their Juice Plus by next week. Getting them on that event this coming Wednesday night is going to be really powerful. If they're not ready to do anything until after Christmas, you can always invite them to, we've got an event on the 28th. That's probably the best event, if they're really wanting to step up for the Shred on the 2nd. I would say that's the last day that people can order to be a part of that Shred, is like the 27th, 28th, okay? So know that to set people up for success, we want to make sure that they're getting onto these events. And then if they're not ready to Shred for the 2nd, we have an event on January 4th, okay? And that is going to be, again, a Shred 10 preview that's going to be really powerful for those that want to start maybe mid-January. So Think about, who you want to follow up with from your previous conversations the past month or maybe 2 months. But then also, we're going into the holidays, and you guys are going to see a lot of your friends and family that you don't typically see. So think about friends and family you're going to see and prepare some ideas of how you're going to bring up, Juice Plus or the Shred with them. Maybe you're conscious about being more proportionate with your food, or maybe you're having one last glass of wine, or you're bringing like a Shred approved item that tastes fantastic. So we know our Shred recipes are amazing, that you're bringing something to the holiday festivities. So think of some creative ways that you guys can bring up and just organically share Juice Plus, because it's something that you love, and it's what the Shred tin that we love too. So the last thing I'll remind us is that when it comes to the Shred tin for January 2nd, is that January 2nd is also a really important day because it is Qualifiers Day. So if you guys don't know what Qualifiers Day is, this is just a great reminder. Qualifiers Day is one of the most important days of our business month, and the reason being is that it is the last day of business for the previous month. So our Qualifiers Day is January 2nd. That means that any business placed through January 2nd up to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time can be called into corporate and can be backdated to December business. So anything that's not placed by December 31st, so if it's placed on January 1st or January 2nd, it has to be called in and backdated. But why this is so important is that we get 2 additional days in December for business, and that's so awesome. It's really exciting that we have that opportunity, but it's especially exciting for those that are working towards promotions or working towards getting qualified for the first time maybe. So if you're working on your HLP or your 2000 plus, or you're sponsoring an HLP or 2000 plus and you're working on some other fast tracking, it's definitely the time that you want to make sure that you're on top of your game and you know when Qualifiers Day is. So and that goes as well for those of you that are new 2000 plusers, VFs that want to qualify your business. And I will absolutely say, you guys, that this month is going into December and January are some of the biggest months that we experience Juice Plus growth. And what that really is an opportunity for each of us to grow our customer bases and get either qualified or customer qualified as VFs or above. So I really encourage you guys to think about that. If you don't know what qualified is and you're a VF and you want to know how to get there, definitely check in with your upline or check in with me or Michelle. We're happy to make sure you understand and just get educated on the subject. And then last but not least, guys, again, keeping it real short tonight, going into the new year, we want to help you guys start strong. We want to help you guys set up for success. And all start of the new year, there's this amazing event. It's called the Pajama Regional. And the Pajama Regional is it's technically a free event. For those that host, it costs $5, but it's a free event for our teams. And so it's a virtual event where usually upline leaders or leaders in their area. And, when I say leaders in your area, you might be a VF in an area where there's no other Juice Plusers. You're a leader in your area. And so I encourage each of you to figure out, if you want to host a Pajama Regional, or if an upline is going to host a Pajama Regional that you can plug into. But the Pajama Regional is really powerful because some of the most amazing speakers, guys, from around the world, and these are people that really are people that, Michelle and I aspire to be more like. Linda Evenden, who's one of the most, has the strongest businesses in the world. There are countless other speakers, but she's just one to name. And so these speakers are truly some of the best, and they're coming to teach us their skills and the things that they're teaching their teams that are creating the best success. And so this event runs on, again, January 5th and 6th, and it's hosted from your home. And so for me, I'm going to host a Pajama Regional here, and I can invite all my local team to come to it. But not only am I going to invite my local team, guys, so again, thinking ahead, this is an awesome opportunity that for people that you've wanted to invite into the mission to come see what the culture is like, get to hear from some of the best and most successful speakers in our company. It's a free event. They can pop in anytime throughout the day. Pajama Regional runs on a Friday night for a couple of hours, and then Saturday throughout the day for about, I think it's like an 7 to 8 hour timeline. And so for someone who is either looking at the opportunity, is brand new to the business, this is an amazing way, guys, to invite them to something to get them started for free. It's a free event, and you're going to give them a lot of value. They get to experience the culture. We have a lot of fun at our house. Like, we host mimosas and coffee, and we actually wear pajamas on Saturdays, so we're in pajamas all day long. We do a little bit of potluck, and just, we make it fun. Like, everybody brings a little bit of food. We do a lot of Shred 10 things. So again, for people that are just checking it out, they get to experience a little bit of what the Shred 10's about. So it's just fun. It's a great way for you guys to just spend time with team, get to know each other more, really build into your business, really build into the culture that you guys are cultivating in each of your areas, and just get to love on each other. That's, I think, one of my biggest things that I love about the Pajama Regional. It's just an opportunity for me to really get to spend time with my team. And so I encourage you guys to each take advantage of the Pajama Regional as well. So, that being said, that's all I've got for tonight. I really want you guys to enjoy the holidays. Michelle and I really just wanted to set you guys up for success going in the next couple weeks, since we won't have a team call the next two Monday nights, and there aren't a lot of team calls going on. Oh, there's one more thing actually I wanted to say. And this is kind of going into the Pajama Regional and launching into the new year. If you guys haven't heard, there's a lot of us hosting these launch calls, or these recruiting calls, or these Freedom Revolution calls. And if you haven't heard about them, write it down that you want to host one, or you want to be a part of one. And the reason why is that this is an amazing opportunity, guys, to, again, share the mission for people maybe that aren't in your area or can't make it to Pajama Regional. But Michelle and I are going to be helping coordinate our teams across the country, do these calls where anywhere from 4 to 5 people can be hosted up on these. And Michelle and I are actually going to do like a demo one very quick early in the year, so you guys will see more details about that, so you guys can see what these calls look like. But they're simply us getting on and sharing our stories and just focusing on inspiring others. So think about, who you'd like to invite into your team. Think about who you'd like to do one of these calls with. Bring it up to your upline, or bring it up again to Michelle or myself, and we'll help, strategize, get that set up for success for you. But these are going to be something going to the new year we're really grabbing onto. We want you guys to get comfortable sharing your stories. And if you're not, maybe sure about your story or comfortable with your story, you can always jump over to the plantstronglife.org website, and where the new team launches, we've got, 3 new awesome resources about your why, your story, your product story, and your business story. So we really want to help you guys cultivate your stories and feel confident in your own skin, and that you can be able to share it with others. So other than that, I'm just going to open it up if anybody has any questions, and we'll wrap it up. So let's see. If anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself. If not, all right. Cool, guys.
I do.
Oh, hey, Sharon.
Hello.
Hey, Nana.
Hi.
Sharon just had her second grandbaby today. Well, last night, technically.
Yeah,
Very
last
exciting.
night. It's been a long 2 days. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
My question is, I'm having a hard time with verbiage to invite to the Shred previews.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any suggestions, or what's been working for them?
Yeah.
Because what I've been sending out, I either get no response, and I'm doing it via either text message or Facebook Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not getting any kind of response from anybody.
Well, I'd love to hear if anybody else has, before I kind of give my input, I'd love to hear if anybody has any scripts or something that they're using consistently that's helping them, or maybe their team, get exposure to the Shred 10 or get invites out to the Shred 10. Well, I'll say that something that's been honestly really powerful for me, Sharon, is simply, I know this is something I've been doing for a long time, but really just finding the need, and just sometimes before even giving them all the information about the Shred or what it is or the preview is, I'll just simply say, like, hey, I'll reference like a conversation or a post that they'll say and say, like, hey, I saw that you said this, or hey, I know we had talked about this, like, are you still like looking for like a health journey? I'll just start there a lot of times. Like, I won't even say anything else about the Shred. So I'm simply just asking them, are they still wanting to do something for their health? Are they still wanting to better their health? Because when I do that, it's allowing people to, rather than just I know that sometimes in our scripts that we tend to, I've been guilty of word vomiting right away and kind of giving it away of what it is. Like, hey, we have this awesome, amazing event. I know you wanted to go on a health journey. It's called the Shred 10, and we've got a preview about it. Like, would you like an invite? And it like scares people off, or they're like, ignore, right? So a lot of, again, like it's not, something I'm really holding on to these days is that it's not about us, but it's about them, and the more questions we can ask. So simply just starting the conversation there is going to have you a lot more success than, sending out a long verbiage message. And again, if we're sending out long verbiage messages, people are busy too. So they may just read it and they're like, okay, I'll get back to her later, just because they're busy. So sending a short, quick little message of like, hey, I was thinking of you today. I know we had talked about such and such, are you still looking to be on a health journey? So I think something that simple can really open the door for you guys. And it kind of goes with the GoPro language again of just, using that, asking their need, asking permission, because once they have said yes, they are looking for something, especially with the new year coming, like, awesome, I have something I'd really love to share with you. Would you be open to something that's really worked for me and you might share like the last couple of years, it's done this and this and this for me. Would you be open to that? Again, I'm not saying anything about the Shred 10. I'm just saying that this is what it's done for me. Are you open to learning more? Awesome. If they are, like, great, then you can take the conversation to Shred 10.
Okay.
So that's a great question. Cool. Anybody else? All right, guys. Well, we will wrap it up. I so appreciate y'all being on here tonight and just taking the time, and I will find a way to get this recording uploaded from my phone to YouTube, or maybe I'll just send the whole thing to Michelle and let her figure it out. But I appreciate you guys being on, and I hope you have a wonderful Monday and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We love you guys, and we're so grateful for you, and we just want to help you guys throughout the holidays. So if you need anything, make sure to holler at us. So, all right, we'll see y'all.